Justice. Then hang around for 2 back-to-back episodes of Good Times. It's all coming up next on Sky 4.
As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. Sometimes life pulls you from up here to down here to teach you a lesson. And you're in a valley right now. And there are lessons in this valley. I hope you learn from them.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Cat owner Tanya Smith is suing pet groomer Alex Brook in the amount of $1,850. Ms. Smith claims Mr. Brook's negligence while grooming her cat led to an expensive trip to the animal hospital. Mr. Brook claims that Ms. Smith's cat was the aggressor and that he shouldn't have to cover her expenses since his employee was also injured.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Karen Mills Francis presiding. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Shane. You may be seated. All right, Ms. Smith, you are suing Mr. Brook for $1,850 for injury to your cat.
Yes.
Okay, it's pet court this week. All right, injury to your cat. And you own a grooming company.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, how long you own a grooming company?
For over 10 years.
Over 10 years. So was he in the habit of grooming your cat?
Yeah, so my cat's 13. I've been going to Culver Pet Groomers for a few years now.
Okay.
My cat's pretty shy and
What
old.
kind of cat is this?
It's a tabby.
Okay.
Yes.
Orange?
Like brownish.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
just a mix of colors, brown, some,
Okay.
some gold.
Okay.
He's always the one to cater to Tom.
Right. What do you do for Tom, cat? What do you do for Tom?
We groom. It's a groomer's.
I understand that, but what do you do? I've never heard of a cat being groomed.
Yeah, I know. It's it's not unusual, but 90% of our clients bring in dogs.
Right.
But for cats, a lot of people like what Tanya wanted is it's called the lion cut.
Uh-huh.
So it's like poofy, and you take a little cat and make him look like a tiny lion. But it's that.
It's cute.
It's cute.
You have pictures?
It's
Yes.
cute.
Let me see some pictures of this. I've never heard of this.
It's a cute cut for those who enjoy it.
Okay, how much you charge for that?
That cut typically runs can run anywhere from $350 to $450.
$350?
Yes, ma'am.
How often do you have this cat cut?
A few, like once every 3 months.
Some people don't have anything to do with that money. I mean, you all this so you could see your cat like
My
this?
cat's like my son.
It's good for me.
Yeah, well, I know it's good for you. I mean, I have 4 cats, and I could not even imagine.
You should give him a lion cut if you work.
No, that won't happen in their lifetime. So why are we here then?
So the last time I took him there, he told me he was going to cater to Tom, do the same thing that we've always done.
Right. This cut here.
Yes, the cut here. So I came back after the hour. He said it was going to be done. Usually I see him with my cat at the front, ready to go. And I saw 2 employees that I have never seen before.
Right.
They obviously knew who I was because they said that, Tom, there was some trouble drying him. I heard a cowling in the back of a cat screaming. And they weren't telling me what was going on. So I went back there to see Tom in a cage, not dried, really like he was in pain. I went over to the cage.
Right.
Looked like he was favoring his left elbow.
So what happened to Tom?
Thank you, Your Honor. What happened was that we do a wash and then a rinse, and then we blow dry, and then that's when you cut and trim and make them look cute.
And a cat sits through all of this without a bone.
Well, that's the problem, is most cats don't. A lot of cats don't like that. But here's the difference. Most cats don't sit through it, but her cat is insane. I have these huge gloves I have to wear, thanks to her cat. I put on safety for myself. And that's why I've always been the one to help the cat. I've just been trying to help her out. She's been coming.
What happened this last time? I don't know if I believe either one of you two about this cat. I don't know if I buy it. I'm a cat person. My first pet was a cat. I'm known as a cat lady. And I just don't. I got a cat that's like the most mellow cat in the world.
Well, bring your cat.
No, he wouldn't do it.
Please.
This cat doesn't even let you want to put the flea medicine on it.
What happened the day of the incident was she brought her cat in. I did a wash and a rinse.
Right.
And then at that moment, I wanted to blow the cat dry as usual.
Right.
And then my receptionist, there was an issue up front in the reception area. A client came in and had a question the receptionist couldn't answer.
Right.
So I went up front to try to help to answer the question. And unfortunately, I was up there a little longer than I expected
Where
to.
was Tom?
Tom is in the
He
back.
was in the back by himself.
But,
saying,
no,
Wait.
he's with my assistant. I have
But what is he doing at this? Is he waiting to be blow dried?
Yes, he was wet. 'Cause
So you put Tom on hold to
well,
go answer somebody's question?
But it was, no, but with my staff knows what they're doing. It's in a business. It's not like he's on hold, in a back alley lost on his own.
Right. And is he tethered to something that's stable?
The leash is tied inside the kennel, and then the assistant is in there to
Okay,
help.
well, when I took my dog to the groomer, they always had him tethered to the wall. I mean, he could only take 1 or 2 steps. If you got to do that with a dog, I know you got to probably have 3 of these with a cat.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
I never looked at my cat and said, I wonder if I should take this cat to a groomer for a haircut, especially if it's going to cost me $350. There's really no legitimate reason to groom a cat. And that $350, you can take that to a homeless shelter.
And later.
He's also directing these people to another pizza place.
Right.
And this pizza place is his.
Wait a
Yes.
second.
Right.
What's
Sneaky
going
guy.
on
It
with
was
you
during-
two guys? What is really going on here?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Tanya Smith, who is suing Alex Brooke for emergency veterinary expenses.
The cat is attached to the kennel. The kennel is bolted to the floor.
Right.
The assistant is in there with the cat.
Okay.
So it's not an issue.
So you go to answer this question, and what was that question? What was the question you had to go answer? What was the question?
The question that I had to answer was, it was a new client, and she wasn't quite sure. She was bringing her dog in for a competition.
Right.
A lot of the animals that we groom,
Oh, show dogs.
yeah, go to competition. And
Is your cat a show cat?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it could
Okay,
be.
so what happened that day?
What happened was, when I went in the back and then the cat was still wet, I went to ask my assistant why, and my assistant has scratches all over his face,
Right.
which shows that her cat isn't as calm as she tries
Right.
to
Do
claim
we
the
have
cat.
pictures?
I do.
Let me see some pictures.
I do, thank you. So my assistant, he's scratched all over his face, as you can see. He has a puncture wound on his hand. I mean, he's attacked by, it's like the cat is like the devil inside a cat costume. My employee is injured. He had to go home. He had to go home and take care of
Right.
his puncture wound. He couldn't continue working.
Right. Then what did you do?
Because he's injured. I still had to continue my workday. I have lots
They didn't do anything.
I have lots of clients.
How did the cat get up to his face like this?
That's what her cat does. Her cat's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
but-
like the Tasmanian devil. It's
Where's
nuts.
the 1850? How did he get injured? How did he get injured? He was in your care. How did he get injured?
Yes, thank you. The cat injured himself. With the cat flailing around in the cage, the cat's flailing, the cat injured.
What cage? He was
In
being
the
blow
kennel.
dried the
In the
last I
kennel.
heard.
The cat's in the kennel. The cat's flailing around in the kennel,
The
injuring
cat's in the
himself.
kennel.
I don't. What I'm saying is, the business we're in, we don't go around the business
No, I
breaking
understand.
cats' legs.
Remember the man, this man right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Was attacked. He was trying to blow dry the cat.
Correct.
Cat is out of the kennel. Just tethered to the kennel, but out. How did the cat now get from there to inside a kennel to be injured?
We blow dry the cats in the kennel. We don't take them out of the kennel. The kennel is big enough for the assistant to get into.
You're looking into the kennel like this and blow drying the cat?
Yes, Judge. That's how it's done. The reason we blow dry the cat in the kennel is for this type of a reason, in case the animal's out of control.
Right.
It's tethered to the kennel.
Okay.
The assistant's on his knees. That's
Right.
why his face is close. He's trying to blow the cat dry. We're trying to offer her the service that we've always offered her for years.
After your employee got injured, you continued to try to blow dry the cat?
That cat, no. No, I didn't want to continue trying to blow dry that cat.
Do you
It's
agree
not
that the
worth it.
cat got injured in your kennel? Yes or no?
I wouldn't say in my care. The cat got
In your care.
not in my care, in that location, but the cat
Wait,
injured
whose location was that?
my location.
Okay, so the cat got injured in your care.
But the cat
The
injured.
cat got injured in your care.
Yes.
Okay.
But the
So
cat injured.
how much were the bills?
$18.50.
Let me see proof of the bills.
But the cat injured himself in my business.
Sorry.
Oh, so he had a broken leg.
Yeah. And no one was back there with him. He was just by himself.
Right. Let me just say this to you. Like I said, I've owned cats my whole life. I've owned furry cats and I've owned cats that were domestic short hairs, but I've never owned a cat. I had a Maine Coon cat. You know what that is?
No, I haven't.
Very hairy, looks
Right.
like a lion. But I never owned a cat that I thought, you know what? I really think this cat needs his haircut. I I've never looked at my cat and said, I wonder if I should take this cat to a groomer for a haircut, especially if it's going to cost me $350. I mean, it cost me $60 to get the dog's haircut, and I still think about that a week or two longer than I probably should. Okay? So to spend $350, and this is not for the cat's benefit. The reason why you get a dog groomed, usually if it's a long-haired dog, you want to get the hair out of his face, out of his private parts or whatever, you know, keep the flea population down. There's really no legitimate reason to groom a cat. Really none. And that $350, you could take that every 3 months and take it to a homeless shelter or a place where there's suffering children instead of, you know, playing around with this cat.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you learned something.
Yeah, definitely.
But he was in your care?
Can I say?
No, you can't. And you were responsible for what happened to him, you know.
But she does sign a contract. The client does sign a contract. If you notice,
saying what? That if your cat gets injured, we don't owe you anything?
Yes.
You can't really sign away, negotiate away negligence like that. Let me see it. Let me see the contract.
It's there. It does sign. It does. She did sign that. It does say that if the cat is injured, we're not responsible for the medical bills.
Can I explain?
It talks about accidents. This was not an accident. What happened?
It was an accident.
If you hadn't gone upstairs,
the cat injured himself, though, by the cat's behavior. If you hadn't gone out front or upstairs or wherever you had to go to add to some new client, somebody hadn't even paid you any money. This one here giving you $350 every 3 months. Okay, with your greedy self, went out there to find out about this new client who has a show dog, and that's going to be some real money, and stayed back there with Tom because you were the one that always handled Tom. But you were chasing the dollar, and you're going to pay for it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,850. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,850.
You got what you deserve. You should have taken better care of my cat. I'm going to never take him back to your place again.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Keep him at home so he's not a risk to himself and to everyone else.
Coming up.
He's also directing these people to another pizza place.
Right.
And this pizza place is his.
Wait a second. What's
Sneaky
going
guy.
on with you two guys? What is really going on here?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Pizza parlor owner Martin Trevino is suing his former employee Trevor Rudder in the amount of $2,240. Mr. Trevino claims Mr. Rudder is a disgruntled employee who stole his inventory and gave away free food. Mr. Rudder claims the plaintiff was difficult to work with and he would steal from his paycheck.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Karen Mills Francis presiding. All parties have been sworn in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Shane. You may be seated. All right, Mr. Trevino, you're suing Mr. Rudder for $2,240 for interference with a business enterprise?
Yes, ma'am.
And you, sir, have countersued for medical bills and lost wages.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right? So what's your relationship to the plaintiff?
I met him at a gym approximately 3 years ago because we both train in acrobatics, martial arts, this kind of stuff.
Okay.
He told me about his pizza parlor, which is actually next door to the gym. We got to talking, we got to know each other. He ended up offering me a job there because it's actually a performance-based pizza parlor.
What does that mean?
Well, we have many of our waiters are actors, performers, magicians, singers. So I've incorporated for them to use their talents while running the food to the patrons.
So tell me what that looks like.
Well, we'll have one of our waiters sing her favorite verse or favorite little 2 bars of lines.
When
while
she's serving
bringing,
the pizza?
Yeah, while she's coming out to the guests. And then we also have people that do impressions, like somebody does a Sylvester Stallone impression, like, here's a pepperoni pizza. You know, we do that.
How many folks do you have employed?
We have about 23.
So you hired this fellow?
Yes.
Was there a contract?
No.
Coming up.
He's also directing these people to his pizza place.
Right. Wait a second.
Very
What's
sneaky
going
guy.
on with you two guys? What is really going on here?
You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of pizza parlor owner Martin Trevino, who is suing his former employee Trevor Rudder for property loss.
So you fired him.
Yes, I had to let him go.
And you're suing him for interfering with your business.
Yes.
What's that about?
Well, he just would not take it and be professional. He decided to be in the front and move my patrons, my customers from my restaurant by doing his performance, like what he was doing in the restaurant,
Right.
out on the street. But with that, he's saying, "Oh, go over here, go to Justin's."
So you're saying he started performing outside of the pizza restaurant,
Yes.
and you felt like he was taking away your customers?
He was.
So
And
you have any proof to me of the loss of business?
he's also directing these people to
Right.
another pizza place.
Right, but
And this pizza place
why
is
are they?
his.
But why are they going? Wait a second. Wait a
Yes.
second.
Very
What's
sneaky
going
guy.
on
It
with
was
you two
during-
guys? What is really going on here?
Very sneaky.
I'll tell you what happened. After I left,
Exactly.
I had been working there for 2.5 years, created my own idea for my own pizza restaurant.
Right.
And then after he fired me,
Right.
I left and decided to open up my own pizza
So
place.
where's
and then
your pizza place?
it's in the same area.
Like,
It's
how far away is it? On the same block? Is it
100 yards, 200 yards.
on the same street?
Same
Yeah.
street.
Was there a non-competition clause that he had to sign?
No.
I didn't figure somebody was going to try to rip the same
Well,
idea.
how long have you been in this business?
I've been for 5 years,
Okay, well then God has been blessing you because you have no business sense whatsoever.
and I thank the Lord very much.
Okay, you got somebody working and you claim you got 20-something employees. I don't buy that.
Judge Karen's verdict when Supreme Justice returns. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen.
You don't have him sign any kind of non-competition clause. Did you learn about how to make the pizzas the way he makes the pizzas?
I did, but I did not steal any of the recipes.
How
Right.
would I know that?
How would I know that? Because I'm the one you have to convince.
Exactly.
Remember?
You're right. You're right.
So what's your suit about?
My suit is for medical bills.
What medical
right
bills?
before he let me go, I injured myself. And I was trying to get workers' compensation
Right.
for injuring myself.
But then you already... This is not making sense, but you started your own business and you're out there doing flips in front of his business.
There,
And I
there,
didn't see him
was, there was
limping.
time off. You know, once I left, once he
Right.
fired me after
Right.
injuring myself,
Uh-huh.
there were a couple months while I was recovering and working out all the stuff for my own
Right.
business.
Let me see some medical bills. And when did you get injured?
It was about 6 months ago from around now.
What date was it?
June 26th?
I didn't see him limping the whole time. Yeah, I mean, I
Because you
asked him to
fired
do
me.
the
Because
flip.
you
Do
fired
you have
me.
any witnesses?
Yeah.
The people who were at the work staff.
Oh, okay, who's here? Who are you calling?
I'd call him. He was there when I injured
No,
myself.
no.
I don't have
Nobody.
any witnesses.
Who do you have
here.
as a witness? You.
I know what I saw.
No, witness.
I don't.
Your loss, the loss to your business and all of that. Some statistical
I have-
proof. Anything?
No, but
Okay,
I
well,
do
I'm ready to
have-
roll. I have found that neither one of you has carried the burden of proof.
Well, I have this for, and
What
this
is
just
this?
this is our guidelines and our what he had to adhere to when he
You
was
needed
working.
more than some guidelines. Would you print that off the internet?
Yes. But
Both cases are
Kinko.
dismissed. Good luck to you.
All rise.
Judge Karen has ruled both cases are dismissed.
I should have never let you work at my restaurant. Lesson I learned is be careful who I hire.
You ruined a good friendship and what could have been a great partnership. Let's see whose restaurant comes out on top.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.